Hey guys, welcome back. Marco here for another finger picking lesson. Let's talk about Spanish guitar. I'm gonna show you how to play this chord progression I was playing at the beginning of the video. I'm actually not Spanish, I'm Italian, but I'm gonna do my best to really show you exactly what I was playing at the beginning of the video. Now, the awesome thing about this lesson is the fact that we can combine chords and melody. Okay, so we're going to start with a little bit of percussion, then we're going to play the chord progression, and then we're going to play chords and melody. Okay, now the melody is played with an A minor scale, so it should be pretty easy to kind of put it together. Okay, it's a beautiful lesson which is going to be really beneficial for a lot of things in your playing, such as playing chords, playing melodies, alternate fingering, bar chord as well. We're playing a dreadful F major chord with the bar chord, so you know, like, it's an awesome lesson. Make sure that you check my Patreon page if you want to support me and download this tab as well as all the YouTube tabs and other tabs. And subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up with all the upcoming lessons. Let's have a close up. Let's get started. Alright guys, now let's start with the chords. Very simple chords. A minor chord, okay? G major. I have an F major chord, which is a basic F major, the one with the bar chord, and the E7 chord, okay? The A minor is the basic chord that you already know. 2, 2, 1, and open. The G major, I'm playing this one. I don't really play the A string, so I will just play the fret number 3 and the fret number 3 on the E string. Okay. The F major, unfortunately, I'm playing this, you know, the difficult F major chord. So it's a bar chord on fret number 1, and then you have 3, 3, 2. Guys, it's 1, 3, 3, 2, 1, 1. Dreadful. And then the last chord is the E7, E dominant 7. Beautiful sounding chord. You got the E string open. I don't play the A. And then you got the D string fret 2, the G string fret 1, the B string fret 3, and the E string open. Alright, so spend a little bit of time practicing the chords. A minor, G, F, and E7, alright? And then I'll see you in a few minutes. Alright guys, let's get started now with the picking pattern, okay? Now the picking pattern is in 3, means it's a triplet, okay? We have 3 counts each group, and we have 2 groups, okay? Now, how can we break this down? The first group is this one. You want to put down the A minor chord, okay? And then you have, the thumb is always on the bass note, and it could be either on the A string and the D string, okay? And then the index on the 3rd, middle on the 2nd, ring on the 1st. Now, the first part goes like this. Thumb on the A, thumb on the D, okay? Then you have the B string, thumb on the A, index on the G, okay? And that's the first part, okay? This is 3 counts already. 1, 2, and 3, and. Okay? I have the first 3 counts. 1, 2, and 3, and. Then I have the second section, which is this one. 1, 2, and 3, and. Okay? So I'm gonna start with the ring finger. 1 on the E string. And then I have the A string, the B string, the D string, and the G string. I'm not changing the chord, yeah? So it's 1, 2, and 3, and. Now, the first one, 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3, and. Okay, so you can combine both of them. It's going to take a little bit of time. Practice with one chord only. Now the awesome thing is that once you learn this picking pattern, it's going to be the same throughout, okay? Now the second chord is G major, and we're going to keep the same picking pattern. This time the first note is played on the 6th string, on the E string, okay? Okay, but it's the same picking pattern. Then the third chord is the F major chord. You want to put it down, and the picking pattern is going to be the same as the G. So we have And the thumb is going to go on the, is going to pluck the E string, the bass note, and then the D string. So we're basically skipping the A string. And the last chord is the E7. Now, the E7 is pretty easy chord, probably the easiest one here. And the picking pattern is the same. Thumb on the E string, then the D string, okay? And then you keep going with the picking pattern. Now, when you put it together, okay, so you really want to take it step by step, guys, because this pattern is going to be played twice, okay? So we play the same section twice. Alright guys, now the second section is really cool because we're going to combine chords and melody. It's going to sound like this. Now, we're going to play the same picking pattern, but just half of it, okay? And the chord progression is the same. We're gonna start with the A minor chord, okay? And you wanna play the A string, the D string, and then the B string, the A string, the G string, and the E string. And we play basically up to this point, okay? So we don't keep going with the pattern. And then after that, we play the scale, the A minor scale. Now, we're gonna play it like this. The G string fret number 2, the B string open, fret number 1, 3, the E string open, okay? So, then we keep going. Fret number 1 on the E string open, and then on the B string, fret number 3, fret number 1, okay? Then the B string open, and the G string, fret number 2, okay? So we're kind of going up and down with the A minor scale. So the chord, now the second chord is the G. We play the same picking pattern, just half of it. Okay? Now the scale is different. It's still the A minor scale, but we're gonna start on the note G. G string open, fret number 2, the B string open, fret number 1, 3, okay? Then the E string open, and then we go back. B string fret number 3, 1, open, the G string fret number 2, and the G string open, okay? So now the third chord is the F major. Same picking pattern as the G major, okay? Same thing, but the scale is different. We're gonna start on the D string fret number 3, the G string open, fret number 2, the B string open, fret number 1, 3, okay? And then we go back. Fret number 1, open, the G string fret number 2, open, and the D string fret number 3, okay? And the last chord. Now the E7 is going to be the same picking pattern, exactly the same thing, okay? The same thing as the G, same thing as the F. And the scale we're going to play a harmonic minor scale. So we're going to use a different scale on the E, and we're going to start on the D string fret number 2, 3, and on the G string fret number 1, 2, okay? So then we have the B string open, fret number 1, 3, the E string open, okay? So it's all the way up to the E string. And then we go back. The B string fret number 3, fret number 1, open, okay? And that's it. The last part is very simple, just the A minor chord. 3 times. And I finish with the A minor chord, okay? Just the A string open, G and E string, fret number 5, okay? So it's a very awesome, beautiful sounding chord progression, guys. The picking pattern is not super simple, but you have to get used to it, okay? It's kind of slightly different than anything we've been playing so far. So take it step by step. Let me know if you like the lesson, and I'll see you on the next video.